So this is comic book or Comic Con weekend down here in San Diego, or where I am in San Diego. You guys are on the East Coast,
Right?
I didn't get tickets for it, so I didn't go in. But we did take a trip downtown Friday and Saturday just to see the area because the gas lamp basically gets taken over by Comic Con. And I don't consider it part of the convention. I just see it as an attachment to it. And my friend and I had an argument about it. He's like, "No, we're going to Comic Con." I was like, "No, we're not going to Comic Con. We don't have badges. We're not getting into the convention center. We're not at Comic Con. We're just in a really nerdy version of the Gaslamp District. That's really it."
So has this friend ever actually been to a convention before?
Oh yeah, like this thing. He's been going since he was a toddler, right? He's been going. He's been going longer than you and I.
Then he should understand this, how this works.
Yeah, he's slow, but that was that. So the trailers, we've got a bunch of them to talk about. This is great. Wonder Woman, Doctor Strange, Justice League, and Star Trek Discovery. I guess King Arthur doesn't really count. It just happened to come out over the weekend.
But real quick, I think what's funny about this is we were talking a month ago, maybe 2 months ago, about how a bunch of studios were starting to avoid Hall H.
Right.
And then we get a whole bunch of trailers, and not bad this year. I think compared to last year, this is a better year for this kind of stuff.
But yeah, I think they were prepared.
It was also Fox that was avoiding it, right? And I don't think they dropped anything.
I don't think Fox has anything to drop this right now.
That's also very true. Yep.
The only thing they were gonna show off was Assassin's Creed. I think that was really about it. This convention apparently has been all Star Trek all the time. That's been the big thing.
That makes sense. So wait, I have one question for you. Wandering around the Gaslamp District, are you able to get into, if you don't buy a ticket to San Diego Comic-Con, but you happen to be in the city at that time, are you able to go to the cool other parties without the tickets, like the Nerd HQ and all those other cool stuff?
Yes, but you have to get a wristband to get into. You have to pay separately to get into Nerd HQ, and we tried, and I wasn't familiar with it. But the guy I was with was, and that line wrapped around the block, and I was like, no thanks, don't care enough. Yeah. You're able to get into the hotels and the game rooms and stuff like that. So we went to the Nintendo Lounge, went to the board game lounge for a little bit. That was really about the extent of what we did. We saw the South Park outside display. That was really just a bunch of photo opportunities. It really wasn't interactive. And I mean, I just wasn't that engaged with it. The only big thing that we really did while down there Friday and Saturday is we saw these two productions. One was called The Phantom of the Empire, Return of the Opera, and the other one was called Les Midges. And you may have heard this on NPR, or it might have just been the local San Diego NPR did a thing on it. What those both were was they took the music of the Phantom of the Opera and just jammed the story of Star Wars into it. So it's Star Wars with the music of the Phantom of the Opera, done very tongue-in-cheek. And then the other one was called Les Midges, and it was The Hobbit done to the music of Les Miserables.
That's awesome, because I love Phantom of the Opera, and of course I love Star Wars. So having that as a mashup, that sounds really fun.
It was fun. The first one apparently last year, the first one they tried was Les Midges, and you can see that this was like a concept piece, that they were just trying it. It was a little slapstick, a little silly, a little rough around the edges, whereas Phantom of the Empire was a little more fine-tuned. It felt like, okay, they've figured this out a few times. They figured out what works. They've got the beats and the timing done a little bit better. So I'd say that Phantom of the Empire was a little more cleaner, even though Les Mis is like my favorite musical ever, and I love the music to it. But I would have to say Phantom of the Empire was a better done production. And I mean, it's not like these were big productions anyway. This was at this place called the Jeffrey Off-Broadway Theater. Super minimalist set. With R2-D2 was a girl in a skirt with a flashlight on her head, and rolling around on a scooter going boop boop beep boop boop, doing that for the first scene, and then C-3PO is like, stop it, you can speak English, and she starts to talk. So it was pretty good, but that was really the extent of our con experience, because I just didn't bother getting tickets this year because they vanish immediately, and this year I didn't try to sneak in, because apparently they have badge scanners. Whereas last year I faked it.
Badge scanners. I heard something about bad Skinners, and I was very confused.
I don't even want to know what that means.
Yeah, right? Exactly. So anyway, trailers.
Right.
So
we got...
I have a confession though. So I was able to see Wonder Woman, and I was able to see what's the other one? Guys, the other DC Justice League. Thank you. But I was really drunk at the time, and I mostly remember Wonder Woman, and I know I laughed at Aquaman.
I kind of want to hear what hear Tracy describe them now. Like,
yeah, right.
Trailer through the eyes of a drunk.
Well, everything goes really fast, and you guys know I have ADD. So the more that I drink, the more background stuff sort of pops out at me, and I have a hard time concentrating on. So if I'm in a bar and I've had 2 or 3 drinks, then I can hear the music really loud. And in fact, when I first started drinking, as I was an adult when I first started drinking, and so we would go to a club, and I would always look at my friends about an hour or 2 in and say, they turn the music up. Why do they always do this? And they would go, they didn't turn the music up, Tracy. It's just, I don't know what's wrong with you. Well, then I figured out.
Go home.
Yeah, basically. So watching basically everything in Justice League just sort of flew by me. It was a lot going on.
Justice
Aquaman
League is also a short trailer.
It was a short trailer. Aquaman looked he looked weird. I wasn't impressed, and I love Jason Momoa. He's like my future husband. So, and then I remember The Flash. I was very upset in sort of a weird way about the fact that they just didn't get the Barry Allen from the show. So that made me, I was really upset about that. I talked about that for probably 10 minutes afterward. I was really upset. That's all I remember. And then Wonder Woman is hot. Let's just.
Yeah, she's gorgeous. I mean, I like the Justice League trailer. Just basically looks like Bruce Wayne has walked his way into Moby Dick, and then Jason Momoa shows up. It's like, what are you doing? And like now we're gonna be in a forest and it's King Arthur, and it's Wonder Woman shows up. It's just strange, and it's like we're gonna watch Jason Momoa drink scotch and get hit by a wave. I mean, it's funny how they made Flash and the other guy is, I think, called Cyborg, if I remember right.
Yes.
I don't want to make Cyborg. They look 14 each.
Oh my God, I know. Yes, children.
Yeah, and then Bruce Wayne's like, I'm building a team, and I'm like, what? This sounds like he's ripping something off here. Just the way they delivered the line, it was like, I'm building a team of people with special skills or something like that. It's like, is he basically building a team of Liam Neesons?
Nice.
The A-Team.
Yeah.
DC style.
Yeah, I mean, Justice League to me felt like all right, guys, here is literally everything we have shot that's worth showing to human beings. And we're gonna call it a trailer.
1 minute and 15 seconds.
Yeah, it's either that or it's everything we cut out of Batman versus Superman. We just made another film.
That's also possible. I'm looking forward to the Wonder Woman. That was a pretty badass trailer.
It really was.
I'm curious as to what they're going to make Wonder Woman do in this one. Because, it's Wonder Woman. She's about as powerful as Superman, because she, straight up fought Darkseid or Doomsday. And now it's like she's going to fight Germans in World War I?
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for period setting. However, knowing that the first Captain America set in World War II didn't do as well,
yeah,
I'm a little hesitant on this one.
So is that going to be the whole movie, or is that just one of the focuses?
I mean, it looks like the whole movie.
It looks like the whole movie. I mean, other than that weird female character with the mask and the crack in it, I have no idea who that is. I couldn't tell you if I wanted to who that was.
Madame Mask, maybe.
I'm gonna have to defer you on that one. I really don't.
Maybe I can't remember if that's a Marvel character or
not. Yeah, I was just like, Wonder Woman could win World War I by herself. That's Dr. Manhattan in Vietnam right there. So I'm not really sure. I'm sure something will come up later on. I mean, Chris Pine is in it.
That was so odd to me too, because Chris Pine, I don't know. Chris Pine's not my favorite actor. He just always looks like himself, and he acts like himself, and I don't know.
I look like myself most of the time too. But the other 30% of the time, I'm totally different.
Well, I mean, okay. So I was thinking of, I don't know, pick somebody.
George Burns.
George Burns, yes, sure, George Burns. No, I was thinking more like, see, I'm gonna draw a blank. He used to play gangster. Morgan Freeman, okay, Morgan Freeman. He looks different sometimes. Bruce Willis. You can see him in different things, and he doesn't always look exactly like himself. I don't know.
Well, that's because
you're just making stuff up right now.
He had hair, and now he doesn't have hair.
Bruce Willis looks like Bruce Willis. That's why you cast Bruce Willis. What are you talking about? Unless you put makeup on, you look like you.
Okay. I guess I should include like the whole acting ability. Like if you can act and make me convinced that you are a different character this time than you were the last time I saw you in a movie, it was a whole different person, then I think you're a decent actor. Chris Pine always looks like and acts exactly like Chris Pine. He's
well, I mean, the last 3 movies he has been the same character, so you know.
I mean, no, I'll give you that much. I mean, I'll say this: Wonder Woman, it looks good. It looks pretty sleek. And the Amazons look pretty good, and Gal Gadot looks fantastic. She's just gorgeous. But setting it in World War I and making the Germans the bad guys again, it was like okay, fine, more German. But now it's like World War I bad guys. We're not even doing Nazi Germans. We're doing World War I bad Germans.
Does anyone remember that they were called the Huns? No one.
No? That was the nickname in World War II.
Well, that was the pejorative for Germans was the Huns. The Huns weren't actually German. They're from the steppe.
That's true.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what to do.
Did either of you guys see Doctor Strange? I didn't realize another trailer had dropped, so I did not see that before the podcast.
Yeah, so the Doctor Strange trailer, the new one just came out, and that one I have as over the weekend also on the 23rd. I love how these trailers always start with the slow piano music now. Almost all of them are doing it. And now this is no exception.
As opposed to the angry bus fart.
Yeah, we've gotten rid of angry bus fart and we've moved into slow piano.
That is the angry bus fart.
That's it.
Oh, that's what they call that?
Well, that's what I call it.
It's the angry bus fart. I have an app on my phone that does it. Angry bus fart all day. I also have the app on the same app does the goddamn Wilhelm scream, and it just pisses my friends off so much.
Nice.
All day.
That's horrible. I'm glad that you don't live on this coast. For that reason alone.
Yeah. Let's get back to it. I mean, this looks pretty cool. Doctor Strange is not a character I'm overly familiar with. The movie does look pretty slick, kind of like Inception on roids. And Benedict Cumberbatch looks like he's pulling it off, although he still sounds like Hugh Laurie's House to me. He's just like, Benedict Cumberbatch is like, all right, which accent am I going to use? I'm going to do House. And that's what I'm sticking with. And then it's the bad guy, at least with the eyes. I've seen him before. Who is that dude? He's a bad guy in all things. He's like always a bad guy.
You're talking the black guy?
No, not the black guy. The dude with the... It's Hannibal. It's the dude who played Hannibal.
Oh, okay. I can't remember the name, but I know you're talking about.
Anthony...
something.
Anthony Hopkins.
No, not that.
Not that Hannibal.
The new Hannibal. Not that Hannibal. He's Anthony Hopkins.
Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah, him.
He also was the bad guy in Casino Royale, the Bond movie.
Right, he's Le Chiffre in Casino Royale. Perfect. Yeah, this looks kind of cool. I mean, I'd be into it just to see how trippy it gets.
It does. You are absolutely right with the Inception thing. When I was talking to a couple of my friends this weekend about what was coming up and what we were excited to see, and one of my friends and I both were talking about how very much Doctor Strange looks a little bit like Inception. How very much a little bit it looks like Inception, yes.
How very much so little. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it'll be cool. Yeah. I'm not a huge Benedict Cumberbatch.
I know, right? Andrew's shaking his head. As he so often does with me.